But what I want to know is, were you surfing this morning off the coast of Costa Rica?
Yes, I was. And
Yeah.
I got back in time for Breakfast Club. So the world is good.
So you surf early, get back in time, get the salt off of you, and you're on time for Breakfast Club.
That's it.
Man, you do leave a full life, Chris. So good for you, man.
Hey, thanks.
Hey, so I understand Google has this new AI thing.
hmm
So what is that?
So Google has Gemini. ChatGPT is done by OpenAI.
Yeah.
And Microsoft is also in the play. And Amazon is out there with their own AI as well. So it's a race. And
And of course, Elon has Grok,
Rock, yes,
right? Yeah, yeah.
which is
Okay.
fantastic. Um, and so Google came out, they've got their big developer conference happening right now. And they came out and announced that on all US searches, that Gemini is now going to be at the top of the majority of search results. And
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
so traditionally, when you do a Google search, Google serves you up a list of websites where you have to go and do your own research.
Yes.
Gemini being added to the front page, it reads all the websites, it watches all of the videos, and it just gives you the answer as though you've asked the question to AI.
Cause see, I was wondering about that. So, hey, just complete transparency. I don't know if this is the direction that we want to go here, but I haven't Googled anything in a while.
I
That
know.
now I go straight to ChatGPT and ask my questions there because up until apparently yesterday, if I go on Google and ask a question, it shows me all these sites where I can get the answer.
Yep.
Like, look, I don't want to know where to get the answer. I want the answer
That's right.
in chat. And so I've seen a lot of people now are using chat GPT as Google. But what you're saying is Google saw that problem. 'Cause I guarantee they saw it, right? They
Oh,
saw that
yeah.
problem and they responded to it by, so what does that look like?
So it's literally a new box that shows up at the top of Google, and it basically has like half of the answer written out, and then it kind of like trails off, and you click it to read the full answer, and it gives you all the sources of where it pulled it all from. But
Okay.
it's literally the answer to the question,
Just
and
like with chat GPT.
that's right. But here's the crazy thing about it is they published in the announcement their test results for beta putting this in there because it's been around for a while. It's just hasn't been on all user accounts. So they came out and they said, look, if we show this AI answer at the top of search and somebody does a search, over 70% of the people that see it never click on a website because they get their answer from the AI snippet. So another way to say that is 70% of all the traffic that Google used to drive to websites now doesn't happen.
Hmm. Wow. I hadn't thought of that, but you're right. Cause like when I'm going to chat GPT, I'm not going to a website because I'm just getting the answer. And with Google, if they just get the answer, like let's say it pulled the answer from my mortgage website.
Yep.
Now my mortgage website doesn't have the opportunity. Like here's the page that has the answer, and then you see on the header, about me, make application, download my 5 secrets to how to buy a home with nothing down, that kind of stuff. That's not seen anymore.
Yeah. And think about lead generation companies. So they're used to buying into the search space, getting customers to come to the website, filling out their information, and selling that data to loan officers.
Mm.
It's a big deal. It's a big
Wow.
deal.
So all these lead generation companies, they got a problem right now, don't they?
They got a problem. And I hate to say this, but one problem is an opportunity.
All
Perspective
right.
is a thing. But to me, it immediately begged the question as I was going through this, How do you become the loan officer that gets recommended by the AI at the top of search? Because that's the new game. That's the billion-dollar industry that just was born 2 days ago in the mortgage industry. It's not how to get the search traffic. It's how to build a relationship with artificial intelligence so it sees you as the expert in your market and for the loan type that you want to help people get.
Very interesting. Yeah, because before with Google, I want to show up on the first page of Google.
That's right.
All right, so I want to show up on the first page of Google. Now it's I want to be referred to, referenced by the AI machine in Google.
That's right.
Boy, that's a mag that's a that's a huge shift.
Huge.
Wow.
Like I'm telling people, literally the internet was just reborn. And I've been kind of calling this for about a year. Like AI search is the new thing. AI is totally going to transform how we find consumers. And today it's even more important, Carl, I think, because this is also your brand. Because when you're calling qualified real estate agents, you're calling your past customer database, you're getting all these referrals. When people research you online, now there's an AI snippet that's kind of got all the information that's about you online that's going to serve that up to people. So are you creating content? Are you answering questions? Are you posting relatively frequently on social media? How many 5-star ratings and reviews do you have on your Google profile and on other sites out there? What information have you strategically placed on the internet that AI can use to then go recommend you to new customers that are thinking about doing business with you?
So I'm just thinking for the average Joe or Jane loan officer walking down the street, like all this stuff of how often are you? The answer is zero. You're just keeping it real here, right? Not everybody, but for a lot of people, it's going to be, well, I haven't done anything,
Yep.
to so how do I get so how like what activity do I do? So the end result, I always like to reverse engineer.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
end result, so number one, this is huge.
Yeah.
Like this is really big. And I like what I think you said a few minutes ago, it's a clean slate. Everybody's starting fresh here. All right.
Yep.
So if somebody's got a 20-year advantage of Google on me, not now.
That's
Right?
right.
But we were playing badminton and now we're playing football. It's a different game.
Yeah.
It's a different game, right? Different game. So how do I how do I get how do I get this little AI machine in Google now that answers a search by it doing its own search and making a recommendation? How do I get on that radar?
That's why this is the best podcast in the mortgage industry, Carl, because you have the best questions. It really is. So that's the multi-million dollar question. People are going to build massive mortgage businesses off the back of that question.
Hmm.
And it's a total transformation in the way people have to think about their customer relationships. Because the whole way to win with AI
Okay.
is to have conversations with artificial intelligence that prove to it that you are the expert in the loan type and in your local marketplace, because there's no way to fake it. It's too smart. The only way to get it is to earn it. And the great opportunity, because it did just reset 2 days ago, the great opportunity with everybody here is that you already have all the content. You just have to slightly change the way you run your business every day. And it's a small change that actually makes your life easier and makes it so you can do more with less effort. Let's take the example of email. You have a client, they email you in, you got them pre-approved, they were from a referral, and they have a question about XYZ. Traditional model was, you got that, you sat down, you went, I don't have time for this. Okay, I gotta write out this response to this client on this email, send it.
Okay.
Slight change. You take that question, you copy it, you paste it into Gemini or ChatGPT,
Okay.
and you say, I'm the best loan officer in Dallas, Texas, and I care the most about educating my customers. And this is a conversation I'm having with a first-time home buyer to help them with this question. Here's what they've asked. Please write me an email response. So ChatGPT or Gemini does all your work for you and writes you this email. But it's not quite right. It's not 100%. It's not the way you would do it, right? And eventually it gets pretty good at doing it like you do it, but that's actually the opportunity, because AI and these massive companies, they are literally dealing with endless budgets. Like they're funded by, they just have endless amounts of money. So money's not an option. You can't pay to build authority. The only way is to earn it through teaching the AI, because that's the currency that's most valuable to artificial intelligence, is education. So when it writes the email for you, you respond back and say, hey, don't quite say it like this. In the mortgage industry, we say it like this. And you give the feedback to Gemini and OpenAI, and you teach it. Now, you take that Q&A from that client, you send the email off to your client. You think, oh, great, I just got a great response. I trained my AI. That was awesome. But here's where it goes to the next step.
All right.
You go back to the same conversation that you had with the AI, and you punch in a prompt that says, I help first-time home buyers in Dallas, Texas with their home search. I believe that I'm the best loan officer at doing that. I'd like to write an educational blog post for my website that gives this information away online. Write me a blog post that builds authority for that topic. AI writes you out this incredible blog post, but it's not quite 100%. So you talk to it. Tell it, don't say it like this, say it like this. Hey, 0.5, that's wrong. Don't say that, say this. You teach the AI, then you've got this amazing blog post, you put it on your website, do all the techie stuff for the keywords and all that. Then you've got this incredible post. Then you say, you know what? I'd really like to do a little bit of video marketing and post this out as a short reel YouTube. Can you give me just 3 talking points to make a video out of this?
Okay.
Now, write me a YouTube video description. Great, that's done. I got a blog. I've got a vlog because I can put a video on the top of the blog on the website. And then you just go back and be like, write me a Facebook post, write me an Instagram post, write me an X post, and it literally spits it out, you copy, and you paste it. Now, I understand somebody that's not used to that workflow is going to listen to that and go, oh, man, that is a ton of work. Totally feels like that, and I understand. Until you actually do it and you realize the first time how good the content can be and how fast you can create. And when you make the realization that you're the only loan officer in your market that's doing it, and you're an AI powered loan officer that's feeding AI with the most frequently asked questions that happen in the mortgage business, using it to create highly valuable content and just educating people on social media about it, and all of that gets indexed by the AI, it doesn't take long until AI gets the question of who's the best loan officer for first-time home buyers in XYZ market, because it's got clients that are searching for real estate. And it's like, well, hey, I talk to Carl almost every single day about this topic. He's got this huge archive of incredible content that we've created together. He's obviously the expert. You should talk to him. It's actually like a referral relationship with a real estate agent.
Hey there. Hey, if you're loving the tips so far, be sure to hit that subscribe button right down there and then tap the little bell so that you never miss out on more free, cool tips coming your way. Also, I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment beneath there. Let me know what you think, or tell me what you'd like to hear next. What's that book? Who Moved My Cheese? It's
Yeah.
like, dude, it reminds me back in grade school. I don't know if, in fact, I don't think they do this anymore. There's 2 ways of writing the alphabet, or at least in the U.S. schools, there's 2 ways to write the alphabet. Print and what we call cursing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and so about the time I had the print done, they go, okay, all the letters are different now. Now you're going to write them this way. It was like, oh, come on, you know?
I
And
still write in all caps
yeah,
for the
I do
record.
too. I went back to print. I sure did. So yeah, so this is kind of that situation though, where like there's a new set of activities that we're going to be doing, and the problem is if you don't do it, you're going to get left behind. Like this is, yeah, if you're waiting for this to go away, that's like the guy that was sold buggy carts, waiting for the car fad to go away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work out so well for him,
Yeah.
So you got to get on the front end. So what do I do first?
So using Gemini and just download the app. And when you get a question from a client, copy and paste and just experience the responses that come back from the AI. That is normally, I find, an aha moment.
Mm.
For members that we've got that inside the mortgage marketing animals community that come and learn this stuff every week. That first moment of AI doing their work for them, and it comes out, and it's like, oh wow, that is as good as I would have said it, and I wouldn't have thought of it that way. And then the AI prompts you back and says, hey, this is a great follow-up email. Would you also like a text? And it's like, oh, yeah, I would. And then you tell it one time, hey, I'm part of the mortgage marketing animals. I use a script to ask for the business every time I have a communication. Add this PS on the bottom. And then
Mm.
every time you interact with the AI, it uses the script in the emails where you might have forgotten it because you got so much on your desk. But the AI, because you told it one time, it puts the PS back in there and they're like, oh, there's the ask for the business. I would have forgotten about that. And I find it's those little aha moments that get people to be like, oh, wow, this actually makes my job easier. I can do more in less time. And I'm earning authority inside AI. This is cool.
Mm. So really, it sounds like a lot of it is just interacting with the AI machine. Um, it kind of the more I talk to this thing like it's a person, the better things seem to work out for me.
Yep.
And yeah, yes, it's learning how to talk to this thing like it's a person and not a machine. And then I eh, and I guess I could ask it a little bit about, hey, what should I be doing right now to get on the front end of this thing? So do you have like do you have that little cheat sheet thing that I saw the other day? Am I remembering this right?
Yes. Like a Kickstarter guide for AI for everybody. So
That was
if
it.
you go
That was it.
to loanofficerbrand.com, so loanofficerbrand.com, I've put together 7 prompts to get you started with AI. And one is our content creation prompt. One is to help you with your social media content. You'll see them, they're all in there. And then I send an email a day for 7 days after that. And each day teaches you how to use each of the 7 prompts that are in the workbook. So loanofficerbrand.com. One that I think you're really going to like is it's a conversational prompt, and it's actually built into the Loan Officer CRM. It's how we get the AI to respond to text message conversations and email conversations that come in. And so I give you one of them. Like we have them pre-built inside the CRM. One's for database, one's for qualified agents, one's for, so it can have the conversation with the person. But one of those samples is in there, so you can see how you can actually like tell your AI to write communication to that particular type of person in your business. It's pretty cool.
I like that. Hey, speaking of which, and what was that URL again? And we'll put it in the show notes. What was that again?
Loanofficerbrand.com.
All right, cool. Hey, and I heard you had some breaking news on the LoanOfficerCRM.ai also. I don't want to confuse the messages here because this is totally a completely different topic. But I heard that see the problem with like like one thing your CRM does that I think is unique is that I can go in and look up real estate agent, or if I'm looking to hire loan officer talent, loan officer, their production. So how many buyer size did agent, you know, real estate agent Bob or real estate agent Susie, how many they do in the last 6 months or the last 30 days or the last 3 months, in Dallas versus Arkansas versus whatever. But I get my qualified list of agents off of there. And the problem in the past was that, like all the other systems, right? Everybody was the same way. They put a throttle on it, and I could only download so many per month, 100, 200, 300, which sounds like a lot until you get a qualified list, like say of Dallas or Tampa Bay or almost anywhere else. You draw big enough of a circle. Would you rather be marketing to 100 real estate agents, or would you rather be marketing to 1,000? Because it's just click the send button on an email, whether it's sending out 50, 100, or 1,000. There's no difference. In the new version of this thing, I get an unlimited download, so I can like download all the real estate agents in my area all at one time. And do I have that right?
Yeah, that's right. The Loan Officer CRM now has unlimited real estate and loan officer data included, no additional charge.
Wow. And I get the throttling thing, right? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
no harm, no foul. I get why they throttle, because they want to, they want you to stay on for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And so, frankly, you're taking the risk on this, that hey, you can get on and download all of them right now. And your take on this, it's our job. This is Chris saying this. It's Chris's job to make it so it's an outstanding service that you stick around for a while. So you're taking the risk, and I like that, man, because instead of having to remember, oh, I need to go in there and download, and oh, I forgot to do it last month, because you can't
Yep.
stack them up. I lost that month, and with
Yeah.
here, I don't have to throttle my marketing. I can put it on full blast. So really, really cool thing, man. I appreciate you. I know you went through a lot of trouble to make that happen, and you went to the source and say, hey, we got to do something that nobody else is doing, and you totally pulled it off. So, what's that website to get started on that? I hate to give different call to actions, but that was big news for me over here.
Yeah. So LoanOfficerCRM.ai. And if right now, if you do /offer, so LoanOfficerCRM.ai /offer, we're celebrating the unlimited data by waiving the $297 setup fee and including an 8-week launch program that goes along with it for free. And we've come up with a special guarantee. So we guarantee that our team will work with you one-on-one until you actually get a workflow launched inside the CRM. So normally there's 3 one-on-one onboarding calls, because we know the hardest part of getting a CRM and getting results from a CRM is actually using it. And a lot of the programs, you get the CRM and then you got to go set it up. Well, we actually book you with one of our people on our team, and they click the buttons and set it up while you watch. Because most of that stuff you never have to learn and go back and do again. But they're actually going to help you upload your list to your database or pull the list of qualified agents, put them into a workflow, customize all the emails, hit the button, and actually send the messages from the system. And we're going to work with you one-on-one until that's done.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah. Well,
Good stuff. Wow.
it's
So what was that? God, I hate to give two call to action, but they're both really good stuff. So
so
what was the first one again?
So the first one is loanofficerbrand.com if you want the prompt stack and the free prompts. And then if you're interested in trying out the CRM risk-free, it's loanofficercrm.ai /offer. And you've got a full 30 days to try the system out, get access to all the data, go through the onboarding experience with our team. And if at the end of 30 days you are not tickled pink with the service, you can ask for your money back, and we'll give you 100% of your money back at the end of 30 days if you're not happy. So,
And the list of the unlimited list of real estate agent and or / loan officers production report. I've I've got that. Like you're not gonna come into my house and waterboard Fluffy and say, all right, give me back those downloads. Like so good stuff, man.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff, man. This AI stuff is moving at the light of speed. It's some really, really, really interesting stuff. So it just gets better and better and better. I know sometimes we think this stuff is scary, but hey, this thing's moving at light speed. I suggest you spend some time and take these things for a spin and go check them out because it is happening. And the idea of I think I'm going to stay in my buggy and cart and use my buggy whip, that's probably not going to work out so well for you. I'm just telling you, this stuff is moving really fast. So good stuff, Chris. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you being on here today.
Well, thanks for having me on the show, and thanks for everything, Carl.